All right, this is the first in the series of 10. 1988 FLEER's Hottest Stars. They're all retired now. Some of them are no longer with us. But they were hot. They were easy money back in the good old days. So this is the Revco exclusive 1988 FLEER Baseball's Hottest Stars. One of the 10 subsets I'm going to cover. Let's use a little bit of an X-Acto knife here. Make a little chip in there. Awesome. Let's get into it. Ooh, they're red. Ooh, look at that. It's that same design for the factory set. All right, here we go. Let's see, so there's two 10 Don Mattingly's. You see why he's all beat up. Little Mark Langston. Mark McGuire this year is 2 10s. He looks pretty centered, actually. That looks pretty nice. Blackjack McDowell. Let me get these on camera. Sorry, fellas. Jack Morris. Ooh. Boy, they smell like petrol. Golly. They smell like some sort of lubricant for your car. So Kevin Mitchell. Kirby Puckett. There's 5 PSA 10 Kirby Pucketts in this design. Dale Murphy has a ton. People really like Dale Murphy. There's 13 of these. Maybe they thought he was going to get into the Hall of Fame instead of Harold Baines, right? So F. Harold Baines, I'm with you, Junk Waxel. And there's 13 of these in the PSA 10. Shane Rowley, Rock Raines, Mike Schmidt. Schmidt, I think, how does he have? Schmidt has 9 PSA 10s. People like Mike Schmidt. Benito Santiago. You know what? I didn't look at that one. Seitzer did not cite that one. Mike Scott. Ruben Sierra. He has 0 out of 10. And this will not be the first because I don't know if you can see the corner on this bad boy, but he's all beat up. Larry Sheets, Ozzie Smith. There's 4 of these in a PSA 10, but not that one. That one's, all these ones are bumped. You look at this stack. Entire left, upper left, or my right corners are bumped. Strawberry. There's 0 out of 10 on that one. Trammell. How many Trammels did they get? Let's see. 1 out of 10. There's 1 PSA 10 there. Tat Padler. Heavily off center. Let's see. Wade Boggs. Ooh, well, nope. Now it's the bottom. It's the bottom left corner that's bumped instead of the top right corner. So look at that. Let's see if you can see that. Smooshed. So he's there's no PSA 10 of that card. George Bell, George Brett. How many Bretts do we got? I didn't take note of it. Yeah, there's 4 out of... Okay, so there's 4 PSA 10s of the Brett. Bonilla, I didn't check because I don't care. He made enough money. Clark, and I don't think anybody cares. There's 4 PSA 10 Clarks. Canseco. It's a pretty cool looking Canseco. Just chilling, looking like a kid before he started doing all the big roids. There's 8 of those in a PSA 10. Eric Davis. There's 0 out of 10 on that one, but this one ain't no contender because he's bumped. All right, let's see. Who's next? Roger Clemens. Clemens is 11 out of 10. People love Roger, as some people call him. Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens and Dawson. Let's see. Did I cite Dawson? Yep. 5 PSA 10s on him. Gary Gaetti. Julio Franco. Mike Greenwell. I didn't check him either. Dwight Gooden. There's 4 PSA 10s on this one. This one ain't bad. But I would say this upper left corner is a bit white. But it's not bad. It's a survivor. The Ricky Henderson. There's 10 of these in a 10. Mine's okay, but that upper left corner is getting whiter. Let's see. Tony Gwynn. There's 3? 5. There's 5 PSA 10s. That one's pretty nice, actually. That might be the cleanest card so far. Alright, that's cool. Tommy Her, him, her, whatever. Keith Hernandez without a mustache? Is that for real? Alright. Teddy Hugger, Teddy Higuera. Earl Hershiser, looking like he's doing a little jig. Jimmy Key, looking like Jimmy Key. And then Wally Joyner's pretty clean. Yeah, he's got a little white upper left corner, but he's off center pretty hard. It's a nice looking card though. Those colors kind of go well with the California Angels, as they were called back then, before they tried to glam onto LA. Why would you do that? I have no idea. Anaheim is better. I wouldn't want to be associated with LA. Okay. So now the next set we're gonna do one sitting. Hopefully it's not a half-hour video. Is the league leaders. Okay, so this one's non-specific. It's just a regular issue. It's not specific to any corporation or anything. Let's cut the top here. Open that up. All right, then. More of those hideous stickers. All right. Todd Worrell with cheese. Andy Van Slyke. Alan Trammell. There's 2 Trammels and a 10. 2 10 Trammels. Mine's got a nice print dot error thing going on, but it's pretty clean. Rick Sutcliffe. Straw has 4 there's 4 PSA 10s on this straw. Mine's pretty clean. Put it in the clean pile. Ruben Sierra. There's only 1 PSA 10. Let's scrutinize it, shall we? It's definitely off-centered left to right. Otherwise, it's really nice. And then we got Larry Sheets, Kevin Seitzer, Mike Scott, Mike Schmidt. Schmidt's a fan favorite. There's 14 PSA 10s, and mine looks pretty juicy, clean, except for the bottom right corner shows some fuzz. So that's probably a 9. Benito Santiago. I don't know why I didn't jot down his pop, but whatever. Brett Saberhagen, same deal. Rick Russell. Rock Reigns. Kirby Puckett's off center here, but what's the Puckett? There's 3 PSA 10s. Dale Murphy. Come on, Murphy, what you got? I didn't write down Murphy. Well, I imagine it's a lot. The last one was a ton. Morris, Paul Molitor. I just don't think anybody cares about Paul Molitor. I'm sorry. I like him, but who knows? All right, so there's McGuire off center. This one's off center pretty good. It's in good condition, but off center. And there's 6 PSA 10 McGuires out there. Mattingly's pretty nice. Fuck, pardon my French. Are we even on camera here? Let's see. Sorry, I've been drifting. Mattingly. That one is pretty nice. I don't see any problems with that. 9 out of 10. So there's 9 10s of this out there in the world. Maybe this would make a solid 10. 10 10s. It's pretty good. Mark Langston. Jimmy Key. Joyner. That's pretty cool. Didn't write down that one. Ken Herbeck. Teddy Higuera. Earl Hershiser. Keith Hernandez. Looking like Keith Hernandez with more facial hair. Tom Henke. It's Henke, yeah. Henke Panky. Tony Gwynn's got 8 PSA 10s in this one. Gooden. There's only 2 PSA 10s, but this one's off center. Andres Galarraga. There is 0 10s on this card, but mine's already off center, so it's not a candidate. Gary Gaetti also off center. Dwight Evans looks pretty good. Bill Doran. Andre Dawson looks nice. There's 3 PSA 10 Andre Dawsons. This is pretty good. There's some sort of line at the bottom. Not quite sure what that is. I think they all got it. We'll hold it up, look at it. We'll scrutinize it later. Eric Davis, there's 1 PSA 10 that's been graded. This one's a bit off center. Vince Coleman, he's looking pretty good. There's only 1 of him as well. Let's see. That one's pretty nice. All right, Roger Clemens. That one's pretty nice. How many Clemens? 4 out of 10. So there's 4 PSA 10s. Will Clark is slightly off center, but not bad. There's only 1 PSA 10 of the Will Clark. That one's actually not too bad. It might be off center though. Canseco again, looking bummed out. You know, these last 2 Cansecos look pretty lackluster. There's only 1 PSA 10 Canseco. Ivan Calderon, and then let's see, Wade Boggs. There's 1 Boggs PSA 10, and this ain't gonna do it. This is gonna bump corner for sure. It's I'll look at it. And then George Bell. Pretty cool cards, fun stuff. A lot of different looks. They all smell toxic and delicious. They all smell like a super fun site or some petrochemical plant that's gone sideways. But that's it. That's the first 2. The Revco exclusive FLEER's Hottest Stars from 1988 and Major League Baseball's League Leaders. All right. Thank you very much.